stream service that we usually use here. And again, it's great to see you, Eva.
Hello, hello. How
Yeah.
are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing okay. We've had wonderful, beautiful weather in Michigan, and it's just today was like the perfect late summer, early fall day. It was gorgeous.
Yeah. Well,
I was looking at the clouds are forming. I could get a picture. It's absolutely stunning. That gives me good things.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, over here, in our region, though, it was a nice day, but this afternoon it got a little bit cloudy, overcast. I know that they're calling for, I think, rain tomorrow. That they're calling for this area here.
It is here too. The whole system floats up into there.
Yeah. Now, do you want to explain to some people about what's going on? Why you may be choppy by any chance?
We have let's try this again. My provider is a satellite. It is very end. I think the 2 meg situation, and I think it's not 2 meg, 2 gig. And now everything is up to 5 gig. It is light. We are situation where we're kind of between 3 different towers. Sometimes it bounces off one that is supposed to, so we'll get chopped. We are being up to get the fiber optics, which means go much better. So please be patient.
Yeah. Again, those like what Eva just said, for people that actually have a little bit hard time, try to catch actually what she has. Again, she is going to be hopefully getting fiber optic really shortly. They're actually digging really close to her property line. So yeah, hopefully they'll let things go good. So Eva, what's tonight's discussion though? What are we going to be talking about?
Tonight we're going to be discussing not to judge a book by its cover. And it's a topic because so many going on in our lives today that we just look at someone in a certain things, and is that the way it is? You got to let go. And may I tell you the little story that I was going to tell?
Yeah, there's no problem. If you want to, right?
This is a
just
very
turn
short.
off the camera. You can turn off the camera, and then we can try from there for a sec.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
The video. Okay. Excuse me. I pulled into the gas station. I had my mother with me, and was taking care of it. Now this is the middle of January. On the other side of the pump, another car pulled up full of young men. I would say they're late teens, and they were dressed for summer in January, flip-flops and everything. And I thought, oh God, how these young people? I don't know. Well, my mom went in to pay the bill for the gas, and when she came out, one of the young men was walking with her. You know, the slinky shorts, the flip-flops, a jersey, and I mean, you know, this was not for January. And he made sure that she got into the car, got to the car, got into the car, and was okay. So never judge a book by a cover. These kids look like they were hoodlums or whatever you want to call them. And here they take the time to make sure this old lady gets in the car. Never judge a book by its cover.
That's cool. Which is a great example. Yeah. So for those that don't really know, Eva, you can come back actually on if you want to. So for those that don't really understand, there's so much judgment that goes actually on in this world, even to date. It's something like 85 to 80% people judge without realizing it. So that's a high number directly there. And yeah, I'm just going to read a quote though right now, and this is actually from the famous actor from Back to the Future. It's Michael J. Fox. All right, the least amount of judgment we can do. the better off we are, says Michael J. Fox. Yet, we often judge others, but don't realize it. And that's so true. That's so true. So, and that it was actually from Michael J. Fox, again, the Back to the Future actor, and also Family Tie guy. But so yeah, tonight though, what we're going to do is we're going to look actually at the lack of information. So let's just go from there. Start off with.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So basically, the lack of information. How many of us really actually look at somebody? Sort of like what Eva's incident was. She looked at the people in the middle of January. January is always cold, especially in Michigan, right where she's from. So for those that don't understand about right where she's from, though, just think though the palm of the hand, and she's from right in the crest area. So yes, so again though it is quite cold though because you got the Great Lakes around her. So yeah, people judge because of lack of information. The guys may have been coming from sports events,
and they were teenagers. Everybody knows teenagers are bad. They're inconsiderate. They're you know through the whole thing, and they're not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing though is lack of information though is to do with us Aboriginals, which are actually two-spirit people, or even people though they're actually transgender. People actually look at us and they judge. They don't ask questions right away. They judge right away. Yeah, we may be both living actually in both spiritual worlds, actually as male and female. So why don't you just ask people? That's the best thing to do is ask people of how information is. That way you can learn. So
And you know, you don't even really how to say it? I got to think of this 2 seconds. I don't think you really need to ask that many questions. Because to know that person on the surface, like, you know, in pain sort of thing, you learn so much from them, from their actions, from their facial, that how can you judge? I have a problem with that. Yes, I know I probably do my judging, but I try not because I don't know the story behind you. And you know, there's that indigenous saying, which if it really is true or not, but never judge a person till you've walked a mile in his moccasins.
yeah,
Exactly. That's the whole thing. And all too often, we'll see somebody go, well, he is or she is blank, 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 blank. And you know about those, don't you? Well, excuse me. No, you don't know. You have to learn. You have to take the time to look. I'm sorry. I get carried away.
yeah. Well, no, because it's true though. Because again, though, is I love that though. Walk a mile in your shoes, and that's one thing I used to do. But it was not a mile; it was only half a mile. Right, and that was actually for the YMCA. So that was men actually walking in heels. So
one of the engineers that I worked with back in the day, I don't even know how it came up, but I said something walking a mile in shoes. He goes, "Oh, honey, you should try it in I have to wear heels." I'm like, "Oh God, don't tell me." And sometime later, when I was doing readings at a club that was as one of the big gay clubs in Detroit, in walks my engineer, full regalia, like, he's right. Got to walk a mile in high heels.
yeah. So, the next one though that we're gonna look actually at though, since we did look actually at lack of information before we get into the cards though, the next one though that we're gonna look though is each person is different than others. All right. So Eva actually just started the topic about that. So Eva, you got your cards ready?
Yes, today I'm going to use the standard of standards. The Rider White deck. Boy, I drew a drink. I drew a boy. I can't talk tonight. Just, I don't know what kind of reading I'm going to get.
So you never know, especially with the quirky of both of us.
Well, Mercury is going retrograde shortly, so that's a part of it.
Yes, yes.
Hey, it's the only excuse I have.
Yeah. So again, we're looking actually at lack of information. So that's what Eva and I were going to be doing, though, is we're going to look actually at those cards.
You know, that kind of goes back to, I was talking with a woman. She was a beautiful woman, beautiful Black woman. Yeah. And, excuse me. And I had told her that when, as a child, because where I was raised is in the thumb of Michigan, there were really no Black people. There were people of color, but they were Mexicans, and they had been there so long, we didn't think of them as Mexicans or Latinos. They're just Gonzalez's or the Alvarez's or whoever. Anyway, I told her that one of my teachers had told us that Black people can't cry. They can't cry. Well, I learned quite differently many times over that they do know how to cry. They do cry. But that's what it means. You know, you get these little things that people tell you and you start believing them because you have no other reference.
Yeah.
Be prepared to be shocked.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, did you get your cards ready?
Yes, I do.
All right. I'll let you start tonight.
And what am I?
So what we're doing, though, is we're looking actually at lack of information.
Okay. Though that's interesting. First card I drew was the Knight of Coins.
Yep.
And then there was the Nine of Coins, Three of Wands. I'm going to save the last one till I get through with these three. When you said lack of knowledge, and I looked at these three cards, it was kind of interesting because in all of them, the person in the thing is not looking at you, which many of the other cards do. They're looking outward. They're looking away. They're looking beyond. And I think that is the key to the whole thing. Look beyond what you see. Look beyond what is right in front of you. Look past the curtain, so to speak, or past the wall, or however you want to put it. Let the person show you who and what they are. Does that make sense there?
Yep.
And I am particularly interested or taken by the Three of Wands. All you see is his back, and he's looking out at the sea. Now, in a reading, I would often take this card as waiting for your ship to come in, sort of a thing. And you can kind of look at it that way. Excuse me. Wait for the knowledge to come to you. Like I say, you don't know what that person has been through. You don't know what the situation is. And there's one that floats around the internet periodically, that girl that you called slutty had been raped. I don't know, there's a whole list of things that the person you have made fun of, all these other bad things that happened to him. And it is so true. You don't know. And you've got to be open. And that's what this is showing me. And the last one I pulled up is the King of Wands. And if you'll notice right down in the corner, there's a little creature. It's a lizard. And in many mythologies, the lizard or the serpent is the one that brings knowledge. So let the knowledge come to you.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah. All right. And what I did tonight, I'm not going to be using the tarot cards, which is what I've been using the past couple of weeks. I do have the Call of Grey cards, and these are Oracle cards. So the cards I'm using tonight from him are actually Keeper of the Light. And the first card, though, I got, is Life Focus. Right here. So Life Focus is that one there. Sorry about the glare. The next one I got, though, is Facing Fears. The next one, though, I got underneath that one, though, is Jura Unfolding. Sorry if I got the pronunciation wrong, but it's basically unfolding. So the first card, though, again, those that we're going to be looking at, though, is life focus. So, all right, and it's basically express your passion. All right, all right. So for us, though, that are actually being judged, what I would say, though, is express your passion. Who cares what others actually have to say? You yourself are you. Bless you, Eva. But the thing, though, is forget about everybody else. Like this week, though, I've been actually saying underneath my personal page, though, for promoting tonight, though, is there's always one finger pointing. So the people that are pointing actually at you, how many fingers are pointing back actually at them? All right. So again, though, that one there is express your passion. All right. Who cares what people have to say? We all are actually different. The next one, though, I got, though, is facing fears. All right. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. All right. So with that there, all right, once we actually are out there, it's going to open up more people. It's mine. They might be asking questions, which is okay to a certain extent. But with that, though, it's going to draw more people. Hey, this is how the person lives the life. But what can we learn from that? The last one I got, though, again, though, is the unfolding. All right. Remember, though, that you're underneath the right path. All right. So for the information, all right, you're underneath the right path. All right. You're trying to educate people, which is the best way to do, though, is actually more education out there. And that's a great thing. So that's what I got. Now, again, though, is what I actually was saying, though, earlier. We're going to basically look actually at each person is different. And those cards are sort of do with what, which is what I just read about. It's so weird, though, because cards, though, they'll sometimes jump ahead. Sometimes they don't. And I bet, Eva, though, that you've actually had that happen a couple of times to yourself.
Oh, yeah, definitely. How can I explain it? It's kind of shocking because sometimes as you're laying out the cards and you're looking, it's like, oh, ooh, ah. Kind of like the one that we had last week where it just startled me. But as I read it, it's, you say, they jumped ahead. They gave me what I needed to say. Excuse me. My throat is awfully raw today.
So again, though, each person is different than others. And it's so true, though. If we were all the same, and I remember this growing up, those, if we were all the same, how boring would we be? Right?
Exactly. Exactly. So. I keep remembering, I can't remember who said it, but as each snowflake fall, that is a person. And remember, no two snowflakes are alike. When you think about all the snow we get up here, that's a lot of snowflakes, buddy.
Yeah. Don't you get more than what we get because you're actually surrounded by the lakes?
We do. Yes. Yes. And we're just at the edge of lake effect snow. Sometimes it does come in and we get a blinger of a storm. So yeah, we get a lot of snow here. Lots of snow.
Yeah. So again, though, is if we were all the same, how boring, right? We all are actually gifted with different ideas, right? And I love that metaphor, Eva, which is what you were saying, though, to do with the snowflake, though, because it's so true, though, is if we were actually all so much like snowflake, identical, which again, those snowflakes aren't, how boring would that be? So
that would be terribly, terribly boring.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting is you, as I have gone through my life, and I think about the people that I have met along the way. And yeah, this one is kind of like that one, but not really, because he's more like that one over there. And she just definitely is out of the complete range of anything. And I think about all the different people that I've met, and it has enriched my life. I know that sounds kind of corny.
Yeah.
But it has given me insights.
Yeah, and it's awesome though. It's awesome because I know for like how you and I we met each other, which was over top of the stream. We haven't fully met each other in person. All right.
We will.
Yeah, we will at some time. But again, I know that you've got disabilities. I got disabilities. But again, though, I don't judge people by their appearance. And that's one thing that a lot of people are doing.
Yeah. And it's sad because so many people do judge people by their jars. As my one teacher say, the not important what's inside, and remember that.
Yeah.
And it's a good piece of advice. It's not who you are. It's not the jar, it's who you are. That's how we always did it. And I've always gone to that. I try not to judge, but sometimes it's a little difficult, you know.
Yeah. So we're not going to do a reading right now, Eva, but we're going to go actually on to the next subject, because this is sort of what we're actually talking about right now, and this is do unto others as you would have done unto you.
What's interesting about that is, you can go around the world to religions, you can go through history with the different philosophies and whatever religions, and that keeps popping up a little bit different ways, but it pops up. If I knew you were going to do that, I would have brought it up right away. One of my little books is the Book of Love. And it came to me, I'm getting it right now, take a few seconds.
Yeah, no problem.
It came to me as kind of like a project for one of universities. Why not finding it? Oh, there.
Again, those of you guys like to get some readings done, please actually type in. We would love to actually hear from you. Our moderator will sort of let Eva and I know exactly what you guys are typing in. Again, we're going to let Eva look up for this wonderful book. Again, those of you guys like to get some readings, please type it in.
You know, if I could spell, it'd be really great. There we go. It takes a little longer.
Yeah. So it takes a little bit longer, but again, though, is for this one though is have done to other do to others what you would have done unto you, and it's great. It's great though. I'm just gonna say something while Eva's trying to find it. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race. All right, and RuPaul has something actually in there which is pretty close. All right, and that right there is, how can you love yourself if you don't love others?
It's true.
And it's so true. It's so true. So.
Okay, here's one. This is from the Babylonians. If I come up, do unto us whatever is harmful to yourself. Hinduism. This is the sum of not unto us what you would not have them do unto you. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Hang on here. What is it? Jainism. One should treat all creatures in the world as one to be treated. Shintoism. Oh, excuse me, Buddhism. Not others in what you yourself find harmful. Hang on, that one for you. There we go. Native American, and this is from Bala Lakota Holy Man. I believe it is Black Elk. Familiar. All things are our relatives. What we do, everything we do to ourselves. All is one. druids. Harm no one, do what thou wilt. So you see, this is something wraps through everything. It's not just Christian, it's not just whatever. It's a basic universal belief. Don't hurt people.
Yeah.
You don't want to be hurt back. And that's karma. And you know what karma is.
Karma bites 3 times harder, and it's more painful. So
I read an interesting one. Karma is not the bitch everybody thinks she is. She's an old hag who will sit you down and serve you a cup of tea. And it is only that you realize poisoned it with what you have poisoned others.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah. So just before we move on, moderator, is there a question there? All right. So we have a question tonight from Cheryl. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull the moderator actually on for a second.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and welcome everybody to the chat tonight.
Can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
Don't laugh too hard. I make a big joke of aliens, but I hardly wait. I hope my lifetime do meet aliens, because I want to know their religion. Do they have the same truth we have?
They probably do. They probably do.
So does that tell that there is some universal overlord, if you want to put it? Just something.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go back to the moderator tonight.
Okay, well, welcome everybody to chat tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you guys every single week. And we do have our first question for the night, which is coming from Cheryl. Cheryl is saying, on the topic of judgment, what do the cards have to say to me? So, general reading for Cheryl.
Okay. All right. So again, though, that was from Cheryl. Cheryl was just wondering about the topic tonight for judgment. What do the cards actually have to say for her about the judgments? So let's take it from there. Eva, thank you very much, moderator.
Okay, and what the question was?
So basically the question though is she wants to know about the judgment to do with actually on her end. What the cards are saying about her end, about judgment. All right, so Cheryl, I'm actually shuffling actually up the power animal cards. Right there we go. I got the first card actually out. Gonna look at that actually after.
This is interesting.
All right, and I like these cards a little bit better than the last cards. The reason why is because they actually spread out a lot better.
The first card I pulled up, 7 of Cups. Isn't it interesting? You don't know what's in those cups, sure. And even though it looks nice, it looks good. There's jewels and dragons, laurels, and all kinds. You don't know what else is in that cup, what's being held in that cup. And here's the more interesting. Judgment. Swords. And these 3 cards together are telling me that you try very hard not to be judgmental, but sometimes things kind of get in the way. And you've got to let it go. Let that person as the person. And it kind of was reflected in the judgment in the final card, the 5 of Coins, which is kind of a sad card, but it also says, as long as you look beyond the poverty, I'll hold this up again. Is it reflecting okay, or is it?
Yeah, that's good.
Look beyond the poverty that you see about you. And that's not just the poverty of poorness, but the poverty of mind, the poverty of spirit, the poverty of heart. All these things work together to maybe give, I don't want to say a false image, but give you an image that is not really the full impact of what this person's life is all about. Trying to think of an example, and I'm just drawing a complete blank. You need to, if you see something that's outside of your realm of experiences, instead of looking at it as look at it as a learning experience. That's one thing that you need to work a little bit harder on. Look at it as a learning experience, because you never know what's going to be coming out of this that you will carry for the rest of your life. Okay? Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Yeah. All right. So Cheryl, actually on my end, with power animal cards though. So the first one I got that was Lex. All right. And it's look beyond the important information. All right. So right there, it's look beyond the important information. All right. And that's the very first one. And that pretty much goes exactly with what the cards were though that we're going with actually what Eva was saying. So what we need to do is don't look at the small picture, look at the larger picture. All right. And I know Cheryl, they'll let you do that. But the thing though is sometimes those, if you're walking down the street, if you see somebody whatsoever, look beyond the small picture, look at the bigger picture. The next one though is what we got though, which is Moose. This is a 30. You know what's best for you. All right. People might be saying some things about you or else with actually your close loved ones or whatever, but you know what's best off for you. Don't listen to them. All right. There's always information there for you, though that's actually coming from your angels and also your ancestors. Look actually at the information that's coming to them, like from them. The next one I got though is Otter. Let go of the control. All right. I know actually as mothers though, sometimes though we you feel like though that you have more control. Actually, the children might be away from you, or actually though that you want to say something that you think is important. Look at that twice and see exactly if that would actually harm somebody or whatever. The next one though that we got though, which was the very first one that popped out, and it's a really gorgeous card though, and it's butterfly, it's transformation. All right, get ready for the breakthrough. Right. All right. So with the judgment, which is again tonight's topic, do not judge a book by its cover. Right. All right. Is if you look back actually at yourself outside of the picture, it's always best to actually look that way. So, all right. So it seems like we got a couple of other ones. If the moderator wants to be able to put the mic on also for Eva, that would be wonderful. Also. We'll throw the producer actually in for tonight.
Okay, yes, there you go. That was our first reading. So we do have another question here. Forgive me if I mispronounce the name. Daciana, I think it is. Yep. She is asking a question. What do I do to be seen, accepted, and understood? Basically, every single day she is relentlessly told that I do not exist. So I guess looking for some direction or some help there.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, producer, moderator. All right, Eva, did you get that?
Yeah. Is this at a work situation or through family?
It's every day. It's an everyday experience, especially with the government also.
Uh-huh.
The person, though, is a two-spirit person.
Okay.
All right. And the person lives close to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But actually in Canada, though.
Oh.
But close to you.
Closer than you.
Yeah.
Well, I drew 3 cards, and it's the center card that caught my attention. It is the 9 of Wands. I'm trying to get this so that you can see them. There we go, 9 of Wands. And the reason why that one caught my attention is you say you are being told day after day that you do not exist. you become defensive and you become more negative than positive, because it's not that you're believing them, you're letting them get to you, them. And it's kind of interesting because on either side of that, I had the Page of Swords, and I drew the Fool. And when I look at those two cards together, it's kind of interesting because they're both looking towards the center card, which is the 9-1. And I would say one of the things that you're going to have to really, really, really work on is the belief in yourself. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Doesn't matter if they tell you you don't exist. You do exist, or they wouldn't be telling you that. You wouldn't be there. And you are important. And if it's right now, it's only for you, that's all that you need, because you are the most important person to yourself and yourself alone. And when you draw on the thing with the Fool is, if you look, he's ready to step off that cliff. But sometimes when you step off the cliff, you get your wings. Don't be afraid to take that next step. Let them say what they will, because they're going to say it anyway. Whether no matter what you do, they're going to say it anyway. I mean, you could achieve the premiership of Canada and it won't be enough. But the thing is, you're not trying to please them. You're pleasing yourself. And that's not a selfish thing. That's telling you that you are important. And that's what the Fool is telling you. Take that step and let yourself get your wings. And it's kind of interesting, the last card I pulled, which is the Sword, but it's the 10 of Swords. And that's a pretty drastic card, because if you look at it, it only really takes one sword to kill a person, and there's 10 of them in there. You've letting people put those swords in your back. It's time to stop. Don't let them do it anymore. You have the right to be yourself, whether they like it or not. And you can always go, blah, 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 I'm on my own. Actually, I would say something else, but this is a show, so we're on the air.
Yeah.
Let go. And there will be people there to guide you and help you. I know that. You do not have to be afraid to be by yourself, because there will be somebody there. It's kind of scary, but you can do it. I know you can. Come back in a month and you'll have a whole different, you can tell us a whole bunch of stories.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah. And what I got tonight though was actually self-expression. All right. So with this one here is self-expression. And again, those I'm using the Kyle Gray cards. And this one here is you consider your expressions. So basically those with considering your expressions though is, I know right where you are because you've actually sent it to me today. I'm not going to disclose because it is confidential. But again, those you're closer to Eva. But again, though, is who cares what others have to say? Now, for your own community, all right, just down the road, past the oil rigs, that's what I'm going to say. What do they think? All right. What does the Aboriginal community really think? Right. I know for the Waterloo region here, the Aboriginal community is more open-minded. So again, though, that there is consider yourself actually for expression. So look, express yourself the way though that you want to do it. Forget about everybody else. Live the life though that you want to live. The next one though I got though is actually supreme passion. Right, so supreme passion is right here for you. Right. So again, the first one though go at those soul expression. Next one though is actually supreme expression. All right, and this one here is you are protected. Your cords are actually being cut. So sort of like what Eva was saying, no, is your cords are being cut. All right. Be true to yourself, which is awesome. And that's one thing though that you are doing. Is being true to yourself. Don't please anybody else. That's the worst thing ever to do. So the last one though I got those is I got these actually earlier. I got this for Cheryl, right? And it's a Drew unfolding. Right, so the unfolding portion. And this one here though is remember so that you are actually on a path. You're actually on the right path of yourself. So again, though, these cards here are for you. You know, I know that you're underneath the good you're actually in the good Facebook page. But if you're not feeling right, move out of your area. I know it might be hard right now, but actually there should be some more support. Actually, even check out the part of land down there. So yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for a short commercial, and we'll be right back. So these are actually from our sponsor. There's 3 of them actually all together. And we'll be right back.
He mentioned publicly that he liked the shows on T&E. We were thrilled that he came on board for Hotel Paranormal.
Well, we approached T&E. We knew that T&E had such a great success with the more sort of straight paranormal, ghost hunting, haunting genre.
And I am the founder of Spectrum Paranormal Investigations here in the UK. Also a television presenter on Paranormal Captured and The World's Most Unexplained as well.
And he's the one that told my mother the story of Bathsheba. So for Lorraine Warren to just pluck that out of nowhere was fascinating.
As kids, they told us to follow our dreams, but the minute we started chasing them, they told us we were being unrealistic, told us to think about our future, said it was too late for us, and passions don't pay bills. But what they didn't know is that dreamers make their own victory.
All right. So we're back, and yes, again, let's check out the Wilder Region Powwow, Haunting Live, which I'm part of. We're now actually on Etsy, and also though you can actually get some of Eva's wonderful merch that's actually on our page for Etsy. So Eva, what do you have with us again though on Etsy?
Can you read that? These energy bundles.
No, right there, yeah.
And basically what an energy bundle is, and bringing it out, this is what they come in. It's not, there we go. It's a little silk satin bag, and in the satin bag, it's not going to show up too well, I don't think, are crystals. Each bag has different crystals, and this one they promote in this one luck. And right now I've got 9 different ones. Want me to list them all?
It's up to you.
Okay, wealth, serenity, or stress relief, success, protection, research, balance, and psychic abilities. And I'm working on some more that they're wider thing. One of the things I got is for grief, one for happiness. I'm looking for the rest of the list and I don't have it. But I'm working on them. They will have pictures of them. They're very tiny, as you can see, and they're not very big. So that women tuck it in their little bra area, or in a pocket, or in your wallet, or wherever you want to tuck it. And it's not going to make it too obvious, but it still has all the energies of the crystals that are for that particular thing. And I only choose crystals went in each little bundles. So I'm hoping they all work together. If not, oh well. No, I meditate, work on them. It's a personal thing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do now, since we did do quite a bit tonight to do with actually do not judge the book by its cover, if you guys would like to be able to actually get your own copy of tonight's shake segments, please check out hauntedlivepodcast.com/divine oracle readings, or even go to Haunted Live Podcast. There is a link actually though that you would be able to click actually at the very top. Go underneath I think I've got the section though that says actually your readings. I think it's underneath there. Yes, it is. It's underneath reading. So you'll be able to scroll down, be able to catch actually all the past shows. Again, the footnotes are actually right there underneath Haunted Live Podcast. What we're going to do though now, we're going to actually take questions. We're going to actually take normal general questions. So yeah, if you like, we'd love to get basically a normal reading. Even myself, we're actually here just for a little bit more. We're actually here for 6 more minutes. Again, we would love to be able to get some readings actually in for you tonight. All right. So yeah, Eva, hopefully the internet does work out a little bit better for you.
I'm hoping.
So
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I know the price though that your mom was saying though. Yeah, that's a really good price.
Yeah, but I'm only getting 2 gigs. They're not upgrading, and I don't know what's going on. So it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
For a moment.
But fiber optic will be a little bit better for you guys.
Oh, definitely, definitely. We're looking into it. I have a cousin who's very into this sort of stuff, so he's kind of guiding us along. So we'll find it. We'll get there.
Yeah. Let's just do a reading tonight for Christy Dawn. She's not actually here tonight, but she will be catching back actually on. She's actually heading from Thunder Bay over to Winnipeg.
Okay.
So yeah, let's just see how her trip's going to be. Again, though, is every Friday night we're live here, and our next week's discussion though is a great one. It's basically those let them go, short form, let them go. That there could be with walking away. That could be to do with anything. But yeah. That's what next week's topic is going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to look actually for Chrissy Dawn, especially with her traveling to Winnipeg today.
Winnipeg.
So.
Ooh. I'm going to have a lot of fun, I can tell you that. Excuse me for a minute.
All right. So, well, Eva is actually doing that. I'll actually start off with
Go ahead.
The first card, though, is Raccoon. All right. You actually will have all the resources that you will need. I know that you've been actually underneath the spiritual walk also with yourself. You've been trying to figure out more family information. Underneath this journey, though, that you are under right now, you are going to be more connected spiritually. You were saying something though to me though that you were hoping to get out there for a powwow. I know powwow season is actually going on big time right now. So yes, again, those you actually have all the resources though that you need. The next one though is butterfly. So right there's the butterfly. All right, and with that one there is get ready for the big breakthroughs. Get ready for all the big breakthroughs. All the information that you're looking for are going to help you. So again, those on your spiritual walk, you're going to be able to move forward. And it's always great though. I know though that You and I have been chit chatting off and on, which is awesome. So the next one though is Badger. Dig in and see it completely through. Right. So that's the other one though, is see it completely through. You're going out there. You said though that it was supposed to be luxury, like holiday. You're traveling with a friend, but your journey seems like it's going to be a great one for you. All right, so I'm switching back over to Eva. And Eva, what do your cards say?
The first card was the moon. Second card, again, the King of Wands. Third was the Bat of the High Priest. Excuse me. And it kind of fits in with what I wasn't exactly sure what's going on, but the moon and the Hierophant are going to be some very big changes, physically, mentally, and spiritually, that she's encountering on this journey. Going to learn some that she had not thought of before that will help her to move into areas that she's never done before. She's going to be exploring some new avenues. And I got from the last card, which is the Fool. And like the Fool is the beginning of the journey. The end journey is the Magician. So you go from someone who not sure what they're learning, willing to do it, and they will transform themselves into the Magician, the one who knows all the secrets. But I think it's a growing thinker that she's going to go into more of what she wants to do with abilities, and going to how she's going to fit in with this, and how I'm going to move her into the next level of where she needs to be. Okay.
Yep. All right. So again, though, join us next week. Again, though, we're live here at 8 o'clock. Again, though, we do apologize actually for the technical problems though that we did actually have at the beginning. Again, those we do apologize. But yes, again, those join us live at 8 o'clock. So we do go live 5 minutes before 8. You're always welcome to join in. The next week's class though is let go, pretty much. All right, walk away. Yeah. All right. So that's the best way to do though, is join next week. Thanks a lot, Eva.
Not a problem.
All right. Yeah. And we'll see you guys later. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.